Welcome back to React University. I'm Corey.
And I'm Dina.
Today we are back with another episode of House of the Dragon.
That is right. We are watching Season 2, Episode 7, The Red Sowing. I cannot believe that we have this one and just one other episode,
Just two
and
more
that
left.
is it for this season. But of course, before we dive in...
Then we gotta wait another 2 years.
Probably, which is gonna suck. But hopefully they'll leave us, wanting more.
Well, of course they'll leave us wanting more. I'm gonna be pissed just waiting 2 years
I know.
for the next season. Anyway.
I know. Anyways, but before we dive in, guys, don't forget to like this video, comment, share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're always the first to know whenever we drop something new.
Guys, also don't forget, remember you can watch the full reaction of this episode right now on our Patreon page. Please go and support. It really helps the channel, and we don't take it for granted. And with that, class is in session. Let's do this.
But I do feel like they've done a really good job of not spoiling you with the tapestry too much. Like, they add to it after we've seen the episode.
And then you said someone said, what about the tapestry?
Oh, that it could be Helena's dreams, like her visions.
Right.
Like she's
the
one
one weaving the tapestry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would make a lot of sense.
And it's like, even though she sees what's happening, she can't really do anything about it.
Right.
To like control her fate. And he's like, I don't know what happened. I just got chased.
She don't know who this person is.
She looks pissed.
Cause that's how old man's dragon.
You stand before the Queen of the Seven Kingdoms.
Like, what? I can't hear you.
Say it again.
I had no design upon it. What do you want? To learn the ways of dragon riders and to serve my queen, your grace. You kneel quickly for a man so suddenly elevated. This dragon came to me, not I to him. I may appear lowborn, but I know much and more of service.
I wonder whether the brother get jealous. Get a little jelly. So look, I've been trying to tell you to man up this entire time, and you haven't. So finally, I get a dragon. I can man up, because he's been living underneath his brother's shadow, basically. Like, hey, man, come on, do something.
Your ancestors, any of House Targaryen. We're not the sort of family to keep annals, Your Grace.
What is he doing?
Because he doesn't want to.
But you got a dragon. Explain yourself.
No, but he doesn't want to call out a dad who won't even claim him.
Right, true.
You have done something I feared impossible. Adam of Hull.
It's not.
Is Hall like a bastard
Hall.
name?
No, I think it's.
What I'm saying, just like Sand is a bastard name, Snow is a bastard name, River is a bastard name. Maybe
Then he
Hall-
would have said, "I'm Adam C." Like, whatever.
You
like,
sure?
Yeah, he said, "I'm Adam of Hull." Like.
Okay.
You'll have a scar, but it will be easily hidden. Nothing is clean here.
She's saying that actually, not just so much of the place being dirty, but
To the Kingswood, I think.
Then I'll have the
just
stewards
how
prepare
everything
a
is
No rest.
going.
And your handmaidens.
No handmaidens.
She wants to go by
Just you.
herself.
Is she? Where you trying to go, girl?
She just said she wants to go out to the Kingswood. Probably just to be out.
What are they for? The block or the crow cage?
The wall. The Prince Regent is merciful.
They about to get got.
Those Aegon's.
Those are Aegon's yes men.
I have received word of a matter of great importance. Rumor of the sighting of the dragon sea smoke with the rider.
A fine piece of intelligence.
Perhaps you could deliver it and find favor with Aemond yourself. Who is this rider? That is less clear. Where did you hear it? My squire. He heard it from a stable hand, who heard it from his father, a fisherman, whose shipmate claims he saw it.
It's a lot of people.
Perhaps this is one of those whispers best left to the wind.
Because how many people?
It doesn't sound very
You're right.
verified.
I'm just those yes men. They go into the wall now.
I don't even have a care
No,
about
I
them.
got for sure.
What of the rider? Do we know who he is?
He appears to be a shipwright in your employ, Lord Han. Her Grace has commanded that he remain here as a guest. She wishes him to be instructed in the art of dragon riding,
Come on.
and that I should teach him some high Valyrian.
We will await the Queen's accounting before passing judgment.
I wonder how he's gonna feel when he sees it's his son. Do you
Where's
think he
the
already
Queen?
suspects?
Her Grace sends word she will not be attending.
And where the hell is she going?
There will be others. We will find riders for Vermithor and Silverwind.
You trust this man?
What choice do I have?
Yeah.
If I can find others with a more direct line.
This is where she's gonna come in clutch, because she knows bastards and.
I once worked in a pleasure house where generations of Targaryen princelings had their revel. There are sure to be more. Perhaps some here, on Dragonstone, the misbegotten offspring of your house.
Now she
You
just
speak
has
of the
to
lowborn.
They are as like to serve you as highborn lords or ladies.
Yeah, probably more.
The highborn houses an ancient fealty. There is honor.
Your royal half-brothers, Aegon and Aemond, whose
Right.
blood is pure, who wage war against
Right.
you.
Facts.
For
A
you.
highborn, right?
Versus a lowborn that gets elevated for finally
right,
getting recognized.
Right. I mean, she's speaking facts.
The order of things has changed, Your Grace.
For 20 years, the lords of this realm levied insults at my sons behind my back. Let us raise an army of bastards.
Like once she said that about her son,
That should be the title of the episode.
Yeah. Really.
Look at this.
My lord. My lord. How you have come up in the world.
Okay, don't be a douche.
Please don't.
There are good men and strong who can take my place.
Your leave is granted. Well done.
That's all you gonna say?
It's interesting though, if you think about it. Rhaenys told him you should claim them. That's one of the last things that she said to him before she died. He didn't want to, but now you
Claim
literally
the other guy.
right because we don't know if she even knew about Adam.
Right, she didn't.
But now his bastard is literally in front of important people.
Right.
I feel like he might end up claiming him, but not out of
But who did he claim? Him or Adam?
He probably would make. Well, Adam is now a dragon rider.
I mean, not Adam, but Alan.
He should claim both.
Crown congratulates you on your ascension to the head of your house and Lord Paramount in the Riverlands. Truly glorious. Well done.
I did nothing.
Nevertheless, you are here, which is the important thing.
Did you smother your...
You have a decision to make. I presume it is clear to you which is the right one.
You will forgive me, Your Grace. I am green in this sort of matter, as you so kindly point out, but it does seem to me that you've made rather a mess here. Countenancing barbarities in the Queen's name.
Whose side are you on?
The Riverlands are held together by oaths. House Tully swore an oath to King Viserys.
We recognize the authority of the named heir, Queen Rhaenyra, and your own, as her king consort.
I was told they would come to heel when House Tully declared its allegiance. That may be the case. But it is yet to be seen that they will heed my authority as young as it is. They'll hate you.
I don't need their love. I need their swords.
The Riverlords await. I fear we cannot delay them any longer.
Kind of disrespectful.
I mean, he's a Targaryen, you know what I mean? I can't hold it. I can't hold him. That's him. It's in his blood.
A new lord. A new beginning. Let us put all the old unpleasantness behind us.
Be welcome, my lords. And you have my thanks for answering my summons. I know I'm not the man my grandsire was, but I hope to begin well and go on from there.
Well said. One thing is clear.
Did you just cut me off?
Yeah, bro. Shut up, man. Let me finish my speech.
You have been summoned here to swear anew your fealty to him, and as his bannermen, answer his call.
And what would that call be?
Why should we now follow a boy younger than my own sons, when you will align with one who will desecrate the innocent to reach his aims?
I did only what was necessary, my lord. And I now deliver to you the traitor Amos Bracken and his son.
No more traitor to his land than you, Willem Blackwood.
I take to heart your words, Lord Piper. And I agree, I am young. And I have no love for Daemon Targaryen. He has dishonored himself and the crown with his comportment here.
Good for him.
I see no reason to cast aside loyalty. No matter how loathsome I may find her representative, the prince.
King. Mind your tongue, boy.
Really? You want to do that in front of all his people?
Good for you, my dude.
I'm so proud of him.
Good for you.
Will you have our army or not?
That's true. He has to play the part too. Like, show, hey, I hate him too.
Yeah, you hate me, I hate you, bruh.
And the word of my house stands, even if certain people are unworthy of it.
He says like, oh shoot, you gonna let him say that?
I may have been a touch enthusiastic in pursuing my aims.
Lord Oscar, we honor the old ways, and the old ways call for justice to be done.
Yes. Justice has been done. They who bent the knee to the usurper have been brought to heel.
I accept you as my vassal, Willem Blackwood. But I am Lord Paramount of all river houses, and there is only one answer for the crimes you visited upon your neighbor.
I did only what his grace required of me.
It is true that he made clear his base desires. You did it because you wanted.
Facts.
And he felt he could get away with it with the king's backing.
Seize him.
He's doing what he has to. I'm not mad at him.
Your grace command them. I've only served you.
He's not gonna do that. Damon's not gonna stand up.
He
for
can't,
him.
bruh.
Command them if his grace wishes to show contrition for his acts, and to prove himself deserving of our banners.
He must now rectify his grievous error and dispense justice.
What is justice gonna be?
Oh dear.
Wow, they're gonna make him Damon. It's like it's coming back to haunt him.
No. I've been faithful.
Oh dear.
He's been faithful, but he is the one who caused all the problems.
He caused all the problems.
He caused all the problems.
But I mean, Oscar Tully had a point. There's the goat again.
Some say it could be that that lady.
Alice?
The witch.
It's like ominous music.
I never wanted it. Do you want it still?
So is this like him having to face all of his misdeeds and then reflect on like basically
I mean, I wonder
if you were to be king, like you have more of this and
Right.
it's like the scale of it is grander. Do you still want to
Right.
live with all your sins on display?
what he had to do, what he had to witness. He had to witness a young kid basically bringing justice to someone in his house who committed a problem. Dang.
Sound like something broke. Don't let it be Aemond. Is it Aemond?
You really oughtn't to be doing that alone, Grand Maester.
He's trying to do it in secret. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Your progress is impressive,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm afraid you must work harder. You should be more cautious.
Right, I should, Lord Laris. He should be abed. I push him on your instruction.
Let him try again in a few hours.
He is
Give him a day. Like,
It's like, bro, he's been there.
The Queen requires ships at her service in King's Landing. Charter fishing vessels. Pay whatever they demand, but ensure their captains are dependable.
The Queen has found a new rider for one of her dragons.
I've heard tell of it.
The rider is your brother.
My brother was ever restless, yearning for some sign of his worth. I am of Salton Sea.
I think he liked that. He liked that answer.
Isn't he the former commander of the King's Guard? And he said he was going to wait.
I will retire now, Sir Rickard.
No, he's there. Remember?
Oh, okay. I must have. Sorry.
You threw that out there. I was like,
I'm
wait,
so
what?
sorry. Just seeing
Does
him.
Your Grace mean to return to the city?
I'm not yet certain I do. Good night.
You got me in these woods.
Yes, seeing him out of his armor threw me for a second.
The lowborn claiming dragons. Was it her idea? Lady Massaria?
You were enthusiastic enough when Sir Stefan made his claim.
He was the Lord Commander of your Queen's Guard, heir to the Dunfall. These people are courageous. Mongrels.
Really, bro? Don't do that. I like you.
House Targaryen is the blood of the dragon. If any may lay claim to it, what are we then?
The rightful rulers of the Seven Kingdoms. Prosecute a war, which we will lose,
Maybe
in which
it's like
thousands will die.
coming after him too because he's a
Fly
bastard.
against Aegon
Everyone
myself.
knows.
Or
He
perhaps
knows.
you will fly against
But he
her
still
on
feels
your
special because I'm a dragon rider.
Mhm.
But if you just get some lowborn to do it, then
What makes me different?
right.
Yeah.
Did you think I would have dark hair?
It's all in his head.
When you took Harwin Strong into your bed, did you think I might favor him, or did it not cross your mind?
Oh dear.
Jacaerys.
I'm no fool, Mother. The proof is here for all to see. Yet I may argue my legitimacy to succeed you because I have a dragon. And now you say you'll strip that from me too.
But I cannot gainsay that which the gods have laid before me.
Now listen, bruh. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But you my son. Ain't none of them bastards my son.
And the Queen.
Then she knows. Gather all the bastards.
Word is, Rhaenyra is recruiting small folk to go to Dragonstone.
Oh, fuck that.
They're looking for Targaryen bastards. Boats leave tonight. Hour of the bat.
He's saying you can claim a dragon.
The barkeep from the Seven Maesters is going, and two of the girls from Mothers. A chance to stick it to Aemond.
I can't be sure it's all true.
He's nervous that he's not really.
That you've been drinking at the expense of all these good people for a fiction. No, never live it down.
Never live it down. Come on, old, the time is gone.
Come on.
Like, go and prove it.
Where is it?
There's the old final.
Yes.
Ain't listen, the fact that all these people knows, and obviously the small folk, but that whispers, you know,
it's gonna go both ways.
Loras is gonna know. Loras is gonna know. There's no way all those people know, and Lord, oh my goodness.
She worked in a pleasure house. She was granted more freedom than most because of who she was. But I was ashamed of her. I tried to make my way with my own hands. I could not keep our girl alive.
So she died.
She died? Dang.
If I claimed a dragon.
He looks like he could. I mean, that's tough. You just lost your child, and then your husband wants to do something dangerous. But I get why he feels he needs to do something. Like, gosh,
he can't sit on the idle hands, especially after losing his daughter. And of course, his wife just losing a daughter, don't want to lose her husband.
Too. Yeah.
So she could go home.
That's the thing. She doesn't like her husband is dead.
Right.
Her dad,
Where's
at least
home?
his family, is gone.
Where's
like her
home?
kids are crazy.
Let's
or
go where your
injured
kinfolk.
or-
Where all your kinfolk is in Hightown.
Old Town.
Drizot anda legita. Vetetiri rudax. Sir toli jikilu.
Belazma Stefandar.
Volaro tintriti sitnin kiapot mentani sosi dawor.
Il voletir vaquejot rakilos daor.
So like, dang, y'all couldn't tell me all this before they showed up? Dang it. Now I gotta figure this out all by myself. Yeah, plenty of time to tell me y'all wasn't gonna help.
I understand now that what I thought I knew is ash in the wind.
A man or woman can face a dragon and be otherwise.
With these 2 dragons added to our number, the enemy will have no choice but to give way. And without bloodshed. It's the largest in the world, after Vega. He's called the Bronze Fury. We'll go to him now.
Can I get something to eat first?
Can
I get a bath?
Like, can I go to the restroom? Just had a long journey.
Right.
But, I mean...
Can I sit on the pot? I'm scared.
You're so silly. I'm so excited.
This ain't gonna go well.
No, obviously.
This ain't gonna go well at all.
Is she gonna sing to? Does she even know the song?
I mean, they all would do the song, but none of her people there. Even Daemon was doing the song.
Yeah. Yo.
Girl, what you doing? Anyone ever seen Deep Blue Sea?
Nervous.
Samuel L. Jackson, you know what I'm talking about. He didn't have the speech, and then
We're gonna seal off this.
Okay. Step 4. What's gonna happen when?
This is Yo Man Johnson. It's a red shirt.
Let's see. So then a couple can get burned, and then the ones that.
Bitch, I need to back up.
I've nothing more to tell you. It must be the dragon who speaks.
Please let me see him get eaten.
You want to see him?
Let me see him get eaten. Hey, y'all back up a little bit. It's about to get bloody. Or fiery.
No. Is it picking? We're about to light him up. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm like
about to light him up. Oh yeah, you better get eaten, boy.
Oh dear.
A bunch of people caught on fire. Said, not you.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Dang. Dang.
Hey girl, you want to live? How come she look like Helena?
She does. Snacks.
Snacks. Fiery snacks. Get some spicy snacks.
He's probably like, this is the most fun I've had down here.
Right.
In
He
ages.
said, all right, Rhaenyra, I see you, girl. You bringing me some fun.
Some snacks.
Some snacks.
Is he gonna try to protect her? Oh.
Dang, that thing is big.
That thing is huge.
Girl. You ain't.
He's gonna try to save her. That's
Come
good. I mean, he lost his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
He still got his wife. He needs someone fiery. And he was like,
Is Rhaenyra
let's
still
go.
watching?
She probably is. They fit.
They do fit in terms of stature.
Right. I'm gonna be pissed if this episode goes off.
I think it's about to.
You bet not.
Okay. A little bit
Girl,
more. A little
I'm
bit more.
about to
A
flip
little
the
bit more.
I'm not taking a nap. Let's see.
Got his eyes closed. Don't let him get. Don't let him get blasted. Did Ulf
But why
come
would
back
he-
to get his?
Not
Oh,
without
he's
Rhaenyra.
stupid.
You better be talking to Rhaenyra.
Yeah.
You don't just be like, let me get a dragon and gonna take off.
That's true. Who is that? Who is it? It's Ulf. Because it looks like it has the 2 horns, right? You would be stupid to do that, though.
There's no. He
So
did.
stupid.
How do you do this without?
He probably doesn't know where he's going. Stupid. But don't you think? Don't you
Like,
think
I'm
that
just so
Rhaenyra would have seen him leave the
Yes.
dragon
Like,
pit?
why would?
Or would? Is there a back
And
exit?
why-
Dude.
Why
don't-
wouldn't he?
Are you kidding?
Like my. There he
Bruh.
is. Big girl up in the air. Like, did Rhaenyra tell him to do this?
Where's he flying to now?
Look like he's going back to
Dragonstone?
Dragonstone. Yeah, this has got to be a trap.
He said flee.
Yeah, because he's.
Oh.
Yeah, he's flying back over,
Yeah,
and
so did she
she's
do it
ready.
to entice him?
Yeah,
Okay.
she was ready.
Okay.
They had dragons.
They were
It was
ready.
Please, that's not how it ends.
It's
Keep
gonna-
going.
That's how it's
Keep
gonna
going.
end. It's
Keep
how
going.
it's gonna end.
Please
It
keep
is.
going.
There's only one more.
I feel like this episode is getting shorter.
But this one actually went for a while. Actually.
No, it did not.
Yeah, it went for over an hour.
Pull that down. Let me see this.
I think it did.
Honey. This episode was less than an hour.
It has 10 minutes.
That's just an hour.
What?
The previous episode was 85 minutes. I mean, 58
No,
minutes. 58
babe,
minutes.
this is the wrong season. Looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah, you know, I'm about to flip it to you. All right, let's look.
Told you.
4 more minutes? Over an hour?
Yeah.
Come on.
Look, another one was in like only 50 some minutes. This was actually pretty on par.
Come on.
Why do you think it's called? Okay, maybe there's something that I missed. Why do you think it's called the Red Sowing? I think the Bastard Army would have been a baddie.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm coming. That would have been the best. That would have been a better name.
The Red Sowing, aka
The Red Sowing.
the Bastard Army.
I mean, what are we getting from the Red
I
Sowing?
mean, is it blood? They had to sow a lot of blood in order to win. I'm trying to think what else happened.
The Red Sowing.
I guess what Willem Black Black.
Blood being sown into the weave.
No, that would be SEW.
Yeah.
Sowing.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help it out.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know what else happened. Damon caused Willem Black. I don't know what's saying Blackbeard. Black. I've too many books and shows in my head. Not Blackthorn. Bracken. Black. No. Willem. Anyways, Willem was, killing people. They sowed blood, and it led to that whole confrontation, right? So now he's reaping what he sows, and his head getting cut off. And then, or you sell, you plant the seeds, right? AKA, the sperm,
sowing.
the seed. Yeah, blood, and then you have bastards, so you kind of sowed your seed.
That.
And
The
now all
Army of
the-
Bastards would have been a better
The
name.
Army of Bastards would have been.
The Army of Bastards would have been a better name. Come on, what you think? Come on now, am I right? Army of Bastards as the title, right? Versus the Red Sowing. What would you? If you was able to rate this, okay, on names?
Great title. There
Wouldn't
must
you,
be something
look,
we're missing.
Let's just say, don't take it from me as the person who gave him the name. Just take me out of the equation. The Red Sowing or Army of Bastards. Come on.
But the way you said it obviously shows you the clear preference.
Red
Sowing.
Army of Bastards.
You're so silly. But I guess technically, is it an army? You only have 2, but you're adding to your dragon ring. So when you dragon armies are different. So I guess Still
Look,
adding
yeah,
to your dragon army.
Army of Bastards, because especially not even with the sense of just being 2, just bringing all the bastards from King's Landing, and I understand. Jace, that's his name.
Yes.
I understand what Jace said. As soon as he was getting a little frustrated, I was like, "Oh, I see what you're getting at here."
Yeah.
See, he's the one who brought the name. He's the one who brought the whole thing up. He was the one who told his mom.
But
but he was thinking
coming from the angle
from highborn.
Yeah,
right.
like
there's
strategic
highborn,
marriage alliances.
And he wouldn't feel any pressure with that.
Right. Strategic marriage alliances and giving it validity, right? Because you're trying to do things in a credible way, like giving a bunch of bastards access to dragons. It does disrupt the order of, like, they have the very classist, hierarchy. I felt for him because that is tough. Like, I mean, the fact that your mom is queen and your mom claims you as heir, that is the differentiator. Yes, everyone else that's a bastard has blood, right? If you are a true born or born through a legitimate offspring, then you don't have to necessarily worry about being claimed, right? So whether you are the heir or not, at least you're somewhere in the line of succession. If you're a bastard, you're not going to be in the line of succession unless you're claimed. And he was claimed, and he was named heir, and that's what gives him legitimacy. And that's tough, but like, that gives him legitimacy though in a world where people would contest that, like, especially if it's different if, like, for example, Lord Corlys wants to claim his bear and makes them like an heir of his, but when you are the ruler, like, that's the part that I think makes it easier to pick at. And that's tough because he has to basically bear the burden of his mother's choices and be the subject of all types of rumor and slander, and that's a hard thing to.
Yeah, being a dragon rider gave him legitimacy, and now that has been taken away from him, right?
Yeah.
And so, and to his point, I mean, which was one of the things, the reason why the Targaryens slept with each other, was, you had that blood mingle inside your family bloodline, and so everyone that end up being a dragon rider is from your blood, from your people, from your family, and it's not just simply some bastards, right? So, to the point, I don't think they ever thought that through, is that sleeping with other random women and having bastard children could come back to bite you. Luckily, it haven't. I mean, until now.
Yeah.
But it could have been to the point where what Jace was saying is like, what happens after everything is all said and done? What makes one of these bastards decide they don't want to just simply,
fade back into obscurity?
Right. They want to, take your throne from you, right?
But I mean, ultimately, like, you would need lords or something to back you, or at least people that are, at least allied to you to back you. Yes, you have a dragon, but the difference is, like, for the most part, at
still
this
legitimacy,
point, is what gives you allies.
Right.
Yes, you'll have power, but if you don't have allies, you might win a battle, but you might not win the long game, right? So,
I guess it's a fear that is somewhat unwarranted, because, like, you still need legitimacy. You
need legitimacy, or you need allies, and the only way you'll get allies is through some shred of. Well, I mean, like,
if you're really good at politics, and what makes a random person bastard who's been in the slums all their life just simply boom, I'm good at diplomacy overnight.
Some people have a natural bent towards diplomacy,
but then you're talking about
be
lords,
underdeveloped,
right? But you're still talking about lords who have had
history,
honor, and pledge their legion or the loyalty to X family. So it's still it's still a legitimate fear, but I mean it's a definitely an uphill battle. But with that being the case, I would think these people who help Rhaenyra takes over or win the throne back, they're no longer going to be just simply put back into obscurity.
Right, they probably will be given like a lordship or something.
Yeah.
They'll be treated well. They won't be anywhere in line for succession.
Right.
Like, literally, all of the heirs would have to be killed off, and they'd have to find somebody. But whoever's killing off the heirs is probably a usurper, like another house rising up. So, like,
yeah. So, with that, we saw the conclusion. We saw Ulf getting on a dragon.
Like Elf, but with a U.
His name is weird. Just flying over King's Landing.
Gawain is a weird name.
Right, flying over King's Landing, And I'm like, what the? It didn't make any sense.
I was like,
it
this
would not
reckless
have
guy-
make any sense that you just be recklessly flying over
Right,
King's
it
Landing.
would not.
I just got a dragon. I'm just gonna take off and start flying over King's Landing.
Yes.
You would at least like go back to the
I thought
person
he
who
wanted
got
to
you
go
there.
show it off.
No,
like,
no.
He was like, look, I told y'all I was a Targaryen bastard.
But you
look at me
would-
with my dragon.
You would go back to Rhaenyra and it's like, look what I, just like you said, I got a dragon, and you'd be like, oh, they do the whole thing, and then get the blessing to take off and go to King's Landing. Because at first I'm like, wait, what is happening here? Like, you just flying through King's Landing? But what we saw was it was somewhat of a trap. It was somewhat of luring Vhagar. Vhagar out, or maybe not a trap, but it seems like it. They were ready.
Yeah,
they were lined up.
Definitely were ready. And I think at first he
That's
said,
exactly what it was.
He said no,
It was a
Vhagar,
trap.
and then he said flee.
Right. He was like, he would realize this was a sticky situation.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going back over there, and there's always already a rumor about other people getting
No,
on
but
dragons.
Aemond didn't know that.
Oh, maybe he don't. Maybe he don't.
Because
Right.
they made a point not to tell him until he had like facts.
Well, at least he's smart to know. Maybe I don't want to fly over, Dragonstone.
Which would make sense. It's like that's obviously the hub of my contender.
Right.
So like hopping on his dragon and just going, I can see why, because at that point that dragon flew over King's Landing. That's Aemon's domain right now. That's
Right.
his responsibility to protect. But once you start crossing over the water, you have to kind of
you're in dangerous
evaluate,
territory.
am I doing this like just because you flew over my no-fly zone, or like
Well, we know Aemond would do something like that. He will fly. You flew over my no-fly zone, but he would be smart to know I should not be flying over my enemy's land. There's got to
Without
be
a
something,
plan.
right?
Without a
Why would
plan.
you fly over King's Landing and then fly back
to Dragonstone.
to Dragonstone?
And you saw how fast, like,
Yeah,
like
I mean it's a big dragon. I mean,
Yeah.
and to the point, yes, that's exactly was Rhaenyra's strategy, because what did Rhaenyra say? If we can get more dragon riders, we can basically put fear into everyone, to Aemond or whoever running things to the high towers, to the point where they basically kneel and no more bloodshed is taking
because
place.
who on their on
And
the
if they
green
take
side,
out Vhagar, that's the blow.
that would be the blow.
That would be the blow. Like, everyone right now is fearful of Aemond.
So I'm trying to recall, and I'm sure we probably can find this somewhere afterwards, but obviously we know they have Vhagar on their side, but because Aegon is injured and Silverwing, right? His dragon's name was Silverwing? Or no?
Mhm, Silverwing.
Okay. Is injured. Remind me what dragons they have. Like, obviously we know Daeron has a dragon, but he's not been in the
He's
picture,
he's 16.
right? Who else on their side has a dragon? Helena doesn't have one, does she? No.
No. Aemond
It
has
was,
a
it was just
dragon.
Vhagar, Aemond, and Daeron. They only had 3.
No, isn't one of Rhaenyra's, one of Helena's children have a dragon?
Would they? I mean, there were so little.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Rhaenyra's children
kids,
have dragons too.
But right now, in terms of if war had to happen right now, Rhaenyra
They're
has,
small. No, for sure.
Right,
I think
right.
they're small.
I guess I'm thinking about which dragons are in play right now.
Mhm.
Like, Rhaenyra lost Rhaenys'
Well,
dragon.
we
and
always knew that
Rhaenyra had
Rhaenyra
more
had more
dragons.
dragons.
And
We
now
always
she
knew.
enlisted 2 more.
She had more
actively.
dragons, and she had more dragon riders.
And they have
But-
extra eggs.
But the fear is Vhagar. Period. He's the atomic bomb. He's the powerhouse.
It's sad they lost Meleys, but if they have Vermithor, and I forget the name of the other dragon that Wolf claimed.
Right. Some shadow or ghost. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Like soul sucker.
No, there's sheep stealer. Then there was
There's
the
sheep stealer,
carnivore. That's the wild
carnivore,
one. And then
soul sucker or something. You know. I thought this was a good episode. It's
definitely enjoyable.
A lot of it is, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, however you slice it. They do a really good job on not really showing their hand as far as what's going to happen. Like when you like, oh, I know what's going to happen. Here's the story, blah, blah, blah. And then the show does a good job like, nah, that's not what happened. This is what's going to happen. You'd be like, okay. All right, now I know what's going to happen. Now that this happened, this is going to happen. And then the show's like, nope, this is going to happen. You're like, all right, okay, cool. I'll let you tell the story. I thought I knew it was going to happen multiple times. And you eventually showed me that your story was a lot better than what I was going to present.
You're talking about that for which one?
I was simply saying Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, more so Game of Thrones for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say
did a good job of doing
Thrones.
that.
House of the Dragon,
I feel like here you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like there's so much of the, not so much foreshadowing, but so much of the, here's a person that's going to be very important because you know they're eventually going to do something very important.
Because your catchphrase, the people.
The people are very important. The common people, the small folk, as they say. And so I'm a little disappointed in that, knowing that these two people that we saw in the previous episodes in the previous season too, were important to the point where they're going to have dragons. I wish it was not so much hinted to. I wish it was hinted. You know, like remember. Game of Thrones did a good job hinting at certain things that you wouldn't pay attention to until you watch it like the second, third time. You're like, how did I miss that? Oh my goodness, I can't believe I didn't miss that. And there's little small breadcrumbs put here and there for you to actually see it being played through. Here, and obviously just also because how the book is written, it's basically coming from two people account of what happened. Maybe not as much foreshadowing in there or subtleties, but it's it's different. I still enjoying it, but I just found it very different in the way in which what was being presented there. I had no fear. It's like, oh, we already know what's gonna happen here. Everybody basically gonna die, and the two people that they've been showing since.
I was a little I knew that Ulf and Hugh were going to be the ones, because I feel like when it comes to screen time, you can only focus on so much. Well, first I'll say that, and then So I felt like Ulf and Hugh were gonna be the ones that were gonna ride dragons. Briefly, for just a small second, I wasn't sure if Ulf was gonna get eaten at the very end.
For a moment, I was like, would they do a twist on this?
Maybe they would take him out, and then maybe there's someone else that we don't realize.
And you're like, oh, okay, everything is good. And
because we've seen that happen. The other thing I was gonna say, though, to your point, I do feel like in that regard, Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon have different, I think, tones. But they serve different purposes.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I agree, House of the Dragon is a little bit more predictable. I feel like you have an idea where the overarching story is going to go. It's just certain offshoots or branches or execution of that larger story is what you're wanting to know. How did that play out? But I also feel like that's a lot of times when you're studying history, right? House of the Dragon is written to be the prequel. It's written to be the history, right? To tell the history of how we got to this point.
Right.
So the purpose is not to surprise you, right? It's not so much to surprise you. It's a recount of history where you might find a little nugget like, oh, they mistold that, like the truth. You know what I mean? Whatever. The propaganda is different from what really happened.
By the way, we have not read the books. By the way, we just know based off of we pay attention to the lore, and we watch this one particular channel that does a really good job breaking down each episode without spoiling the story, but tell you basically the difference between what happened in that episode and what happened in the book. So we're not spoiled, so don't go in our comment section and start spoiling us. Oh, you must read the book. We did not read the book. We have no idea what's going to happen. We're just very captivated by the lore and the story and the universe. So we want to know more, and so it really helps make more of the story come to life when you can compare both what happened in the book and all that kind of stuff, and give a little bit more history about what took place in the book and the houses and stuff like that. So
yeah. So yeah, that's a good point. Thanks for bringing that up. But yeah, I just wanted to say, like, I do think House of the Dragon serves a different purpose. It's to dive into the history. So much of it is written. It's just the unfolding of history that we get to watch.
what would you give this story? What would you give this episode?
I think I'm gonna give it a 9. I don't know for sure that it fully like earned a 9, but I'm like excited. Like I'm built up, right? And I'm happy to see the payoff of the efforts, right? So at this point, like, they have 2 extra dragons. That's pretty bad, eh? So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna give it a 9. I do want to know if they're gonna go with Rhaena leading a wild dragon, but
yeah,
throw that out there.
Yeah. Or maybe she'll be the one to get eaten.
I mean,
right.
But at least she will have known she went out trying. So
Right. Just
all
like
right.
Well,
You're
I would give this episode an 8.5.
Okay.
An 8.5. I think it was great. Payoff, like you said. Again, I knew what was going to happen. A couple of things that took place in the episode. I kind of wish that they kind of did a little bit more of the hiding what may happen. I like the fact that what's his name, young lord. What's the young lord name?
Oliver.
Oliver.
Wait, Oliver?
I love
Yeah,
Oliver.
Tully.
I love the fact that how he stood
I
up
like
to.
how he carried himself.
He stood up to Daemon, and he realized, like, look, you need us, so I'm gonna be honest, okay, and I'm gonna make sure my lords know that I don't like you either, and I know they don't like you, so let's not pretend.
Let's not sugarcoat
right?
it. Mhm.
And I know you don't like me either, okay, and also the fact that he had to show his commitment to the old ways and show that authority to his house, because I also could
Helps him earn respect.
right. If he would have not done that, that lose some credibility and being the new lord, even though you're young. And so he's that good for him.
I also like that he made Daemon take the head off, because I feel like he's like, Daemon, you created this mess by insinuating that this is your wishes, knowing good and well that you were not going to, like, you didn't want this to have your name on it, but now you have to clean up your own mess. And you have to live with that.
Right.
And I like that.
And
Was
I think,
very respectful.
and again, I think the reason why when he went back to the house and he saw his dad, he went back to his room and he saw his brother, and the weight of the crown conversation, which is simply because you saw Daemon seem like he was kind of conflicted of the situation.
He was. You could hear like the static
because
in the background
of decisions you make cost people's lives, right? And also the weight of the decision as young Oliver had to be the one to make the final decision of, like, we got to do what we're supposed to do, right? And could Daemon do the same thing if he was in Oliver's shoes? The weight of the responsibility in that. So anyway, it's sad to see him grow up, be young when he was trying to talk to.
And he tried to.
He tried to talk to Rhaenyra. Taken out.
Only to be taken out like
that. Anyway, 8.5. Thought it was pretty good. Enjoyed this episode. What would be your score? What would you give this episode? Comment below. Let us know. Also, let us know. What do you think is better? You know, the Red Sowing or Army of Bastards? What do you think?
What would you title this episode if you had the opportunity?
Would you find an episode title better than those two? You tell me. Comment below. Let us know. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, also don't forget to become a member of our Patreon. If you like this, you can see the full reaction to this episode on our Patreon page, so go check it out. There's that as well as many other things. You will not be disappointed.
Guys, until next time, we'll catch you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.